3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Scafacciverse. I am Anthony Scafacci.
And I'm Alan Gigax.
And we want to say thank you for joining us and coming back to the show week after week after week. You know, this might be episode 100, but it's not going to be.
It's not going to be.
No.
It might be the 100th that we've recorded, but
Yeah.
it won't be the 100th we release because that's got to be special.
Yeah, we're going to have to do that one real
Yeah.
damn soon.
Dude, I don't know if I want one that's murder. Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
So
good point.
that
But it just
opening
popped
clip
in my head that this is the
serial-
100th we've recorded.
Hey, you're probably right.
Yeah.
That opening clip was a serial killer named Joseph Callinger, more like Killinger.
Yeah.
And he was being interviewed by Geraldo Rivera. And he's a sick fuck.
Yeah, well,
It's not okay.
It-
I'm against it.
you know, the cold opens, kind of the theme of the cold open, is going to be kind of the theme of the show.
Right.
Right? And
Yeah.
in this case, it's going to be some creative stuff.
Yeah.
Some
And
serial
some murder.
Some serial killer stuff.
Yeah,
We
that's
are
right.
bringing back some Go Fight Win.
Yeah, buddy. It's about goddamn
Yeah,
time.
it's been a long time, but we're going to get to another reading of Go Fight Win in
Yep.
just a minute. But before we do that, we have a Just the Tip from
Yes, we do.
Alan Gigax.
We do, and it is sponsored by the Dildonic Institute. There we go, bringing us into the future, one satisfied client at a time. Book a consultation today.
Okay, also, what is the tip?
All right, the tip is about your wife's boobs, about my wife's boobs. Maybe not your wife's
We're just
boobs.
about to fight.
Yeah. So, but I think the rationale will apply because I am a huge fan of my wife's boobs. They're large, which is not mandatory, but it's nice.
Sure.
They're squishy.
Okay.
They're soft. They're pleasant. They're everything that's right in the world.
Okay.
Everything.
Try
great.
not to get too creepy here.
That's okay. And I'm talking about my own wife's boobs.
I'm just
I'm
saying.
not talking about your wife's boobs.
No.
And so, my wife says to me, like she's at a higher than normal risk for breast cancer.
Okay.
And so she, what if I lost my boobs? Would you, leave me or would you still love me?
Yes.
And I'm like, babe, right. That's why I have to enjoy them as much as I can now.
Just
because
in case.
maybe they won't be here forever.
Yeah.
When that stuff's gone, I mean, imagine if suddenly your wife's boobs just disappeared. You'd be like, damn, I wish I would have spent more time just enjoying them. Do that now. Enjoy them now. And it's not just...
You say this as
Yeah.
if like everybody's wife is like free use.
Well,
you know that,
I mean,
right?
you have to sometimes explain this to your wife.
Yeah.
Like, look, babe, these titties may not be around forever, and we gotta enjoy them while we have them. We're getting to an age too where like I only got so many boners left.
Yeah.
Let's not waste them.
Yeah,
Right? One
well.
day they're gonna be gone.
Yeah.
And my wife's like, oh, I pray to God
Yeah.
that day comes.
Can't wait, yeah.
She's looking forward to them being gone.
So you
That
quit
was-
chasing
dude,
around the house.
That reminds me of a joke. It's a kind of a long one, so I'll skip the big setup. But it's this married couple. They're about to get married. They go for a last hookup, and a husband comes back, or the groom, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so excited! I just got the best blowjob of my life, and I'm gonna marry this girl."
Oh yeah.
And then the wife goes back to her, or the bride goes back to her party, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so excited! I just gave my last blowjob."
Yeah.
Right. So maybe it's like that.
Yeah.
But in any case, that dude should have really enjoyed that. Make sure you enjoy it because it could be your last
Yeah,
one.
you don't know. It's like
Yeah.
playing with your friends when you're young, as the
Yeah.
big group of friends.
Oh, dude.
And
No
then
doubt.
one day you wake up and it's like you don't know it, but that was the last time you hung out.
Yeah.
We all hung out
No
together.
doubt, dude. So you gotta
Yeah.
appreciate that shit while you have it.
Yeah. All right. Well, Al,
Yes.
I appreciate just the tip.
I'm helpful.
Look, it is good information. There are many guys out there who take their significant others for granted and their body parts.
Yeah.
But now, thanks to you, That won't be a problem. They'll look.
It's a public service.
They're gonna, after listening to this, they're gonna wake up and they're gonna be like, you know what? I need to honor the breasticles a little bit longer. And appreciate them.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because I had for far too long I had not paid them enough attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Good times.
So, all right, you good?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Hey, let's read some book.
Yeah, let's read some Go Fight
All right,
Win.
let the listeners know, because it's been a while. What the listeners should do is go back and
Listen to all
the
five
previous
episodes
of
so
Go
you
Fight
can
Win.
get caught up.
Right.
Right, but where we last left off,
Yes.
right, our two detectives, Corso and Murphy,
Yeah.
they were at the juice bar, you know, and they were
Uh-huh.
enjoying some morning juice and going over kind of their plan, and they had settled on three possible
Right, there were three different
possibilities.
Andy Watsons.
There were three different Andy Watsons, right?
Right.
And that's where things kind of left off, right?
Okay.
Is
So
that
they're closing in on who may
Andy.
be their killer.
yeah, who they think to be their killer. And they think it's this guy, Andy.
Right.
He's been showing up at practices. He shows to be this kind of like obsessive super fan. And he's creepy. He has threatened Emma. And so now they're closing in on him. And that's where we leave off. Okay?
Right.
Is that they've closed in on him.
All right.
But now we're going to read from Go Fight Win.
Let's do it. Hell yeah.
December 20th, 2019. The place, Revere, 3.5 miles from campus. The time, 4:45 a.m. The football season is officially over after the Riders outlast Syracuse to finish the season 4-8. A bitter cold front has blown through the Northeast, and a little more than 3 9-inch dicks worth of snow has blanketed the town. Coach Liam Thomas Taylor, is scraping ice off a windshield of a car on a quiet street when a man in his late 40s holding a snow shovel approaches him. The gruff man, looking in his mid-40s, from one of the nearby homes with a snow shovel, clearly starting the process of digging out his own vehicle out of the deep snow. The man walks up close to Liam and peers out from under his hooded jacket and motions to Liam's tool. That ice scraper isn't going to do much for you, good sir. There's more than 3 9-inch dicks worth of snow blocked. Liam looks at the man, then checks his surroundings. The street remains quiet, lit mainly by twinkling Christmas lights and flickering street lamps. Yeah, I can't find my shovel. I guess I just plan to use my foot or something. I'm Pete, the man says, and then pauses for a second as he looks Liam over. A smile comes across his face as he recognizes who is in front of him. Hey, wait, are you Coach Taylor from the Riders? Holy shit, I didn't know you lived on my street. Liam seems stunned that anybody recognizes him. He just isn't used to being a public figure at this point. Yeah, well, about a block down. I couldn't get any parking last night, you know. You think you could help dig me out? Pete seems thrilled, downright giddy to have this minor brush with fame. Of course, season ticket holder here for 25 years. Never miss a game. And 4 wins? I haven't seen a 4-win season in the entire time I've been here. I'll tell you, for the first time I have some hope. Maybe a winning season soon. A Connie, in reference to the conference championships. Liam laughs at the reference and smiles at the good-natured man. I wouldn't get your hopes up of seeing it soon. The team still has some problems. Like basically everywhere. Hey man, thanks again for showing up. My lucky day, I guess. Pete stops shoveling for a second, the steam from his breath visible in the cold air. Oh, I leave every morning at this time for work. Well, I better get moving or we'll both be late. Pete leans over near the passenger side front tire and sinks his shovel deep into the snow. As he does, Liam raises the ice scraper and swings it down in an axe-like motion, slicing the left side of his neck in a near decapitation. Not even a scream escapes when Pete falls face first down into the snow. Warm blood gushes from his arteries. It melts a pathway through the powder covering the ground. With his eyes wide open, the man dies almost instantly. Liam picks up his shovel and hurriedly starts shoveling snow over his body. Satisfied that the body is obscured, he reaches under his coat and removes a small jar from the inside pocket and begins to pour the blood onto the hood of the car, and then walks away as the light of the sun starts to push away the night.
Dude, that's the first murder that we see committed, like where we know
Who the
who it
killer
is, right? We know who the killer is.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's
Revere
Liam.
Riders. You're a coach.
At least this murder
is a fucking murderer.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. I hope he doesn't want to kill Geraldo Rivera like that dude in the open.
Yeah.
I bet he
Now
does.
we go to book 2.
There's a lot of people want to kill Geraldo. Oh! Dude, that's like the end of Act 1, essentially.
That's it.
Right, the big reveal.
That's
the
the big
murder is,
reveal.
holy fuck. Alright, dude.
Yeah.
What's going to happen next?
All right. January 14th, 2020. Place, Revere. Time, 9 a.m. Murphy and Corso are driving together from the station to meet with Sam Ellerby in the alleyway behind Raw Dogging. Sam witnessed the clown behind Raw Dogging and has agreed to walk both detectives through exactly what happened. Sam had initially refused to meet them out of fear of being seen with the cops, but finally agreed after they said they could pick him up and drop him off to guarantee his safety. Along the way to pick up Sam, the two detectives are discussing the most recent murder scene and the lack of evidence they were able to gather. Murphy turns onto the one-way street leading past the campus towards Sam's dorm building and turns to Corso. You know, we really got shafted on Peter Long's murder. Corso stops him. Peter Long? Was that the kid with the smashed head? Murphy thinks for a second. We actually got 2 victims with smashed heads. One with a lug wrench and something, and the other with a wooden fucking mallet. Corso shakes his head, trying to keep things straight. Look, Murph, I'm not as experienced as you, but I really can't keep all these guys straight. I need a way to differentiate them or I'm never going to be able to help you. Murphy considers what Corso is saying before he replies. Just do what I did when I first started out. I would give them all a nickname to go along with how they died or where I found them. Like Fish Guy. Corso laughs. Fish Guy? You never told me about that. Who was he? He worked down on the wharf and somebody dropped a literal ton of fish on him. It looked like an accident at first. Anyway, this guy had one of those Russian names with a million letters I couldn't pronounce. So I just stopped trying and called him Fish Guy. Corso laughs. Murphy always seems so damn serious. It's refreshing to see him get more comfortable.
If I murdered my wife, it would be the Sugar Tits murder.
Okay, how about Drunken Kid, the Lug, the Retarded Kid, and the Snowman then? Murphy turns to him, dude, you want to call that kid a retard? I mean, the other 3 make sense. One guy covered in snow when we found him, for example, but retard? Anyway, as I was saying before we got sidetracked, by all accounts, the Go Fight Win killer fucked up. He kills a completely innocent man just after it snowed. We should have been able to get some shoe prints, tracks from the scene. I mean, there was blood everywhere. Footprints, the whole 9 yards. Corso continues to search for the correct dorm as he responds, yeah, but instead half the neighborhood walked through the scene. Everyone's taking pictures and just stomping around our scene. Some asshole even let his dog take a shit right next to the body. I mean, who fucking does that? You know, if I didn't know any better, I would guess Go Fight would beat his dick like an Iraqi prisoner all over the car, the body, hell. He probably shot a load in the mailbox right next to them. Murphy laughs at the visual Corso painted. You know,
I don't think that's very funny, jerking off into a mailbox.
Speaking of petting the dolphin, I watched The House Bunny last night.
Ah!
You know the one with Anna Faris where she never even gets naked and there's no sex whatsoever? Corso nods and grins. Tell me about it. You would think a movie about a former playmate going to college and joining a sorority would be grade spank bank material, just on concept alone, but there's no denying its effectiveness. Murphy mimics masturbation, but with 2 hands, like he's some kind of circus freak. No kidding, I tried to give myself a Texas twister, but ended up with an Indian bird. Corso starts laughing so hard he can barely drive and consequently zooms past the target apartment. For fuck's sake, Murph, I'm trying to be serious here. Can we go over what we're doing here again while I flip a bitch back to the dorm? Murphy regains his composure, but does the 2-handed jerk motion one more time. Well, I talked to Bosco again. She thinks our killer was possibly wearing face paint and not a Halloween-type mask. There were smudges of it on our retarded kid. I'm hoping we can show him some mugshots of our possible suspects and we get lucky. Corso looks up the address of the building and pulls behind it into the lot. You think the retarded kid was able to fight back at all? Both detectives exit the vehicle, walk into the building, and start up the stairs to the 2nd floor as Murphy responds. Those tards are stronger than shit, and their heads are known to be hard, like God made their skulls extra thick like a helmet, since he knew he made a retarded kid. Murphy replies without a hint of sarcasm in his voice. Corso bounds up the first few steps at a time while talking. Valid point. You know, we had a retarded kid in my second grade class. We called him Bunk because his head was like a pumpkin, biggest dome I ever saw. He could crack a brick and not even react. The two detectives eventually locate the target apartment. Shit, I lost my spot.
You have to understand, these are hardened, grizzled detectives, used to dealing with death and awful things. And you know, you have to be able to unwind and be loose with your fellow murder investigator. You got it?
Yeah.
All right.
The two detectives eventually locate the target apartment and approach the door, taking up spots on either side of it to avoid the fatal funnel before knocking. Murphy points to his own head. Speaking of domes, let's get ours into the game again. Murphy waits while Corso knocks loudly on the door 3 times. A minute or so later, a brown-haired male appearing to be in his 20s holds open the door. But it's not Sam Ellerby. The guy who opens the door looks like he hasn't left the room in weeks. He's in pajamas and holding a large bowl of Fruit Loops, which he continues eating as the detectives make contact. Murphy takes the opportunity to peer around him into the doorroom as Corso starts talking to him. Murphy notices it's unclean. There's a simple couch and TV visible from the door, but nothing out of the norm. Hi, sir. Detective Murphy, Corso from Revere PD. Is Sam Ellerby home? The pajama-clad, cereal-smashing kid talks with a mouthful as a few Fruit Loops escapes his maw, causing them to roll down the shirt onto the floor and down under the couch.
Nice.
Sam hasn't been here in a couple days. All his stuff is here, though, except his wallet and keys. He just has not come home. Corso and Murphy look at each other, but now know enough to just not take his word for it. But know enough not to just take his word for it. Corso asks, "Can we get your name, sir, for our report?" The young man responds, "Vince Calais." Mind if we take our look up for ourselves, Mr. Calais, just to make sure, due diligence and all? Vince does not protest. Sure, guys, come on in. Corso continues asking Vince questions as he crosses the threshold. When was the last time you saw him? He left yesterday afternoon. He said he was going to walk down to the throat poke to get a sushi burrito. He never came back, Vince replies. Murphy chimes in. Is that out of the ordinary for him? A little. I mean, sometimes he goes out and doesn't come back for a day or two. If he meets some girl to hang out with. So I wasn't too concerned. Should I be? Vince asked, showing his first signs of concern. Corso and Murphy finish their basic search. There are no signs of foul play or anything suspicious. Murphy hands Vince his card and finishes. Tell him when he gets back. We're looking for him, okay?
All right.
We good?
We're still good. Yeah, go
Okay.
for another scene.
All right. Date, April 12th, 2020. Place, Revere Spring Game. The annual Gold vs. Red Spring Game at Revere has attracted more than 6,000 fans, making it the most well-attended game in the last 7 years. For the bulk of the Revere faithful in attendance, this is as much about the $5 charity donations it costs for a ticket as it ever is for the team on the field. For Liam Taylor, however, this game is the next step towards the validation, proving hiring him was not a mistake. All the media around New England claimed it would be. With the last-minute instructions given to the team and the assistant coaches ready, the day's festivities kick off in the unseasonably nice weather the city seems to be enjoying. The rust of a long... and this was actually something I wrote. Fucking disregard all that shit. We're going to have to cut that out. Go, just cut it
All right. Cutting out from where?
out. The beginning of that...
That chapter?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I was thinking, like, the timeline doesn't work out here. Because,
I started writing it because goddamn AI wanted me to.
yeah. All right.
And just go back to that. Just go. I forgot that I never finished writing it. I've since.
All right, all right. Figure out where to cut. Okay, that's the beginning.
Where you say one more chapter.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll go from here to the end. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Date, June 11th, 2020. Place, Beef Curtains Deli. 6 months have passed since the snowman was
I've heard of
murdered.
that place.
There have not been any unsolved murders since it appears the Go Fight Win killer has gone dormant. Emma is meeting with head coach Liam Taylor at Beef Curtains Deli for lunch as he prepares the team for its second season under his watch. When Liam walks into the bustling sandwich shop, he is greeted by several fans who congratulate him on the team's 4 wins from last season.
This is.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Usually I fix it.
Yeah.
Where are we backing up to?
4 wins from last season was the last thing you said from
Okay.
last season. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Losing has become such a staple in Revere. Winning 4 games appears to legitimately be the first true sign of hope. After Liam shakes hands with the fans and takes a few pictures, he walks over to Emma and greets her with a smile. "Good to see you, Emma. Are you hungry?" he says. You have got to try the beef curtain special. It's so juicy, it just drips down your chin. I can't get enough. Have you ever had beef curtains? Emma licks her lips. A little drool falls out and she quickly wipes it, a little embarrassed. About once a week. It's the best. I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud, but as soon as my tongue hits those thick, meaty curtains of beef, I just lose my mind. I'm such a messy eater. Liam pauses a moment, clearly thinking how much he can relate to Emma's love of beef curtains, before he replies, "Don't you just love it?" Emma reaches into her backpack. She pulls out a small recorder and microphone, a pad of paper with questions she has prepared, and checks to see if Liam is ready. "Okay, are you ready to start the interview?" Liam shrugs his shoulders. The corner of his mouth drops into a slight frown at how quickly she moves from the casual conversation he enjoys with her to the business reasons behind their frequent meetings. "I kind of like that we can just talk casually," he offers. "I haven't had a minute to sit down in the last 5 months," he laments. "I think I went on 100 recruiting trips, but I guess we both probably have to enjoy working lunch today." Emma smiles slightly and reaches forward, touching his arm in a gesture of empathy. She can tell the team's struggles are wearing on him, and she genuinely cares for the coach's plight. She sets the recorder down. "I'm sorry, Liam. If you're not in the mood, I guess we can reschedule," she offers. That little bit of empathy was exactly what Liam was looking for. Empathy to Liam is like sunlight to a flower. He draws strength from it like a vampire drinking blood. For a man like Liam, emotions are a tool. By themselves, they're not very useful. When you can hold them in your hand, the possibilities become endless. Liam uses these tools to build trust. Trust is one of the building blocks of control, and that above all else is what Liam seeks. Now with Emma, he has a little bit, and he intends to put it to work. Satisfied with his first taste, he slips back into the role of Liam, the college football coach, and reaches across the table. He gently places his hand on top of Emma's, mirroring her behavior as she sets down the recorder to reassure her. "No, everything is fine. I just want us to be friends and partners that can be honest with each other. I think these interviews are better when we can both be completely honest. Don't you?" Emma smiles. Her eyes soften and she blushes for a second as Liam touches her. She gets lost in it for a millisecond before composing herself. She lifts the microphone to her lips and begins with her intro and first questions. "I'm here with Revere Riders head coach Liam Thomas. Liam, can we get an update on the offseason, how recruiting went, and what type of team we can expect in year 2? Liam looks around. The patrons of the restaurant are watching him, and he is keenly aware of it. He straightens his posture and proceeds with his normal dose of dry humor. "Is it year 2 already? What a crazy first year, right? Has any other coach had to rebuild the worst team in history, watch his back for a stalker, and have a serial killer running around campus?" he wonders aloud. The answer that Liam offers didn't even touch the question, but she knows at this point to just let the tape roll and keep the conversation flowing to get what she wants. "That is a hell of a first year. You might have cornered the market on difficulty rating for the first year head coach. What does year 2 have in store? Maybe Godzilla can rise from the ocean and rampage through the stadium at halftime to really up the stakes." Liam laughs at Emma's witty response and takes his cue to launch into the coach speak. "I think I just might take a while to turn things around. I feel like last year we exceeded our expectations. 4 wins in a single season was the first in more than 20 years. We broke school records for passing yards, had a great find in true freshman receiver Ja'Cory Smith, who had 67 receptions and 1,100 yards, and it was a unanimous selection for the freshman All-American team. We're building something here." "So, a winning record this year? A bowl game?" Emma challenges Liam to make a prediction. Liam is too smart to make a prediction of that sort and tries to lower her expectations. "I don't know about that. We have some guys that just need to get on the field, but there is talent here. I can see it. We are bigger this year, faster. I don't know if we will see it in our record, but we will see it on the field. Emma switches off the recorder, satisfied with the soundbite she will use. Okay, Liam, now that we're done, can I vent to you for a minute? Liam tilts his head to the side, intrigued. He nods his head and waits for her to just hand over more trust. Sure, Emma. Vent away. We're all friends here, right? He says with a wry smile. Emma looks over her shoulder as if she can feel herself being watched. It's that creepy Andy guy. I've had to change my whole routine just to avoid him. He is at every practice. He shows up to every fundraiser or event you're at. I'm scared of him. Liam's response comes quickly, as if he's trying to placate her. Emma, Andy's just a fan. A bit over the top, but I haven't seen him in more than 2 months. Maybe Murphy and Corso finally arrested him. The two continue their conversation, order food and begin to eat, unaware they are being watched. In an old, beat-up car across the street, wearing a hat, dark sunglasses, and a coat, sits Andy Watts. He has a camera worth $2,000 with a powerful zoom lens. He holds it up and starts clicking off picture after picture of Liam and Emma eating together, like a member of the paparazzi shooting a famous couple that had been trying to keep their relationship a secret for weeks.
Is that, are we drop it there?
Let's go one more.
Yeah.
All right. June 20th, 2020. Summer practice session. Time, 7 a.m. Liam Taylor is running an absolutely brutal practice in the sweltering humidity of the Massachusetts summer. The players have run the bleachers twice, have done enough other conditioning drills to make a triathlete beg for mercy, and now, after a painfully short water break, he has the team broken off into groups by position. Liam is working with the quarterbacks. As a former one himself, he coaches them himself. He is putting them through 3-step drops, then a 5-step drop, a roll out to the left, and a roll out to the right. Each time he demands perfection and relentlessly reminds them how important it is to keep their eyes downfield and to trust the process. Approximately 65 yards away, the wide receivers are working with a jugs machine. A jugs machine throws balls in a perfect spiral and can be adjusted for different speeds, distance, and arc. In a moment of playful fun, a senior turns the machine up to its maximum velocity. The ball releases and Liam hears it. The sound of a ball cutting through the wind at such a speed triggers something inside Liam's brain, and suddenly he is transported 20 years into the past, to Storm Lake High School in Iowa, to the first practice of his senior season, a day that changed his life forever. Liam Thomas Taylor is walking to the Storm Lake High School practice field with his favorite pass-catching target, Tyler Brigman. Tyler plays tight end for the team, and the two boys have known each other since Pee Wee football. Today is the first practice for their senior season. Liam worked out all summer long and helped organize additional practices for the team, including conditioning. He has been chomping at the bit for the football season to start. Liam's hard work in the offseason has made him the unquestioned first-string quarterback and captain of the team, with high hopes for a deep run into the Iowa State playoffs. As the two boys approach the practice field, Liam spins his football in the air as they walk and talk, and catches the football as it falls back to him. Liam and Tyler have walked to practice together since high school began. It has become a tradition of sorts, and they both know this is the last year they will get to do it together. Bro, Liam says, turning to Tyler, this is it. This is the year I've been working my whole high school career for. It's all happening. Everything. It's just like I dreamed it would be. Nothing, and I mean nothing, can mess this up. Tyler chuckles at the pie-in-the-sky enthusiasm Liam has. Might want to slow your roll, man. We didn't win a single game last year. I mean, I know we worked hard, but it might be a good idea not to set yourself up for disappointment. Liam responds without missing a beat. Don't ruin the vibe, man. This team is mine. Even the school newspaper is saying this team will go as far as I can take us. And just like this coming weekend with Harper, we're going all the way. Liam does his best Chris Berman impression. Tyler turns to Liam, stops walking for a second, and asks, Harper? You're kidding, right? I mean, she doesn't even know you exist. Liam turns, walks backward a few steps to even himself with Tyler while spinning the ball in cadence and replies, oh, she knows me. I had pizza with her the other night. She told me she's going to Colton's party at the lake this weekend. She wants the D, man. I'm going to be balls deep in her all night long. Tyler rumbles forward and launches his shoulder into Liam. Dude, you are out of control, but I gotta give it to you. You are the most popular guy at school now. When the two boys reach the narrow pathway down to the practice field, they both stop in their tracks. The ball Liam was tossing falls and bounces away from him. There is a sound. It is unlike anything either of them have ever heard. It can best be described as an intense whooshing noise, followed by a raucous cheer. They walk closer and again they hear, but it's louder and more pronounced. Tyler turns to Liam. What the hell was that? It sounds like a semi-truck passing you on the freeway when you're stuck on the side of the road. Liam looks up to see a football zip over the top of the trees at a velocity that couldn't be from a person, unless Brett Favre just showed up to practice. Damn, looks like they got the jugs machine set on howitzer. They better turn that thing down before it takes someone's head off. Tyler cheers as their teammate Colton, a tall wide receiver and part of their big three, sprints past, catching a perfect pass as the full field comes into view. They could see Coach Robinson talking to Coach Gilman on the sidelines, watching the play that just occurred. What Liam doesn't know is the sound he hears isn't just a pass from a machine. No, it is something much more than that. The whooshing sound of a football ripping through the wind is the pivotal moment for not only Storm Lake High School, but specifically for Liam. That sound he will never forget is life-altering. It is the moment when the future he imagined started to crumble like a building collapsing upon itself. At first it is in slow motion, but with each second it gains speed until nothing can stop it. That sound, that unforgettable sound. Liam yells as both boys start running up from behind Coach Robinson, who's transfixed on something or someone 70 yards away on the other end of the field. Hey Coach, ready for me to put on a show? I've been hanging and banging in the weight room all summer long. Tyler starts jogging onto the field with Liam close behind. I don't think they heard you. Let's go see what's going on. Liam runs up behind Coach Robinson, who has a I just fucked the neighbor's cat look on his face as he stands. As he hands Liam a clipboard without even looking towards him. Hold this clipboard and stand over there. Okay, Cannon, this time a post route. Liam focuses vision downfield and could see a man standing on the 25-yard line. He is huge, 6'4" and probably 230 pounds. He watches him drop back, and then a ball flies from his hand. It wasn't just thrown. It was more like it was launched, and it hurtled through the air in a perfect spiral to another streaking receiver right in stride. Liam stands still, frozen. He looks over at Tyler, his brow wrinkles, and his lips curl down. Who the fuck is Cannon?
Oh my. The introduction of the great Cannonballs legend of the Scafacciverse.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to have to do an Explore the Lore.
Oh, Cannonballs. Yeah.
Because so much revolves around that character.
Beast.
That beast of a man.
Yeah.
The monster with 99 strength.
Yeah, the quarterback with fucking a random rubber generator. Gave me a quarterback with 99 strength.
Oh, good time.
Goddamn Larry Allen.
Yep. All right, let's get out of here. Let's do our closing sponsor.
All right.
It is Baphomet Attorney at Law. We want to thank today's sponsor, Baphomet Attorney at Law. If your civil rights have been trampled on, be sure to give Baphomet a call. Baphomet promises... Oh, no, that's the old copy. We got a new copy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't let me just read old, busted copy.
Yeah, well...
When our sponsors give us new copy, we fucking read it.
Yeah, read the shit out of it.
All right, here we go. Today's episode of the Scafacciverse is brought to you by Baphomet, Attorney at Law. Baphomet specializes in civil rights litigation, and he's been at it for more than 1,200 years. Do you think your case is hopeless? Is it just too weird? Maybe your case needs a fresh pair of eyes to look at all the facts. A fresh pair of weird goat eyes. Baphomet has seen it all, from the highest courts to the depths of the underworld, and is licensed in 37 states. Call today for a free consultation.
All right, for Anthony Scafacci.
I'm Alan Gigax.
This has been a balls deep production of the Scafacciverse podcast. We are out.